Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Now, in this first video lecture of week 14 for the course Applied Mathematics 1, today we are going to start a new unit which is complex number. So, in this video lecture, you will see our
here introduction of complex number. A complex number actually is a number and there is no real number a satisfied the polynomial equation a square plus 1 is equal to 0. For example, by discussing for the introduction of a complex number, like you see over here we have polynomial equation a square plus 1 is equal to 0. So if we solve this polynomial for any real number a, then there will be no real number, there will be no real value for a which satisfied the equation. So we need another number which is called imaginary number. To permit a solution of this and similar equation, the set of complex number is introduced. A complex number is a number of the form a plus b iota, where a and b are real numbers and iota square is equal to minus 1. So iota is equal to under root minus 1. So dear student, first of all note that about the imaginary number. Square root of any negative number actually are an imaginary number. And the imaginary number is denoted by the Greek symbol which is called iota. So square root of negative number is called imaginary number. So if the coefficient in the if the coefficient of a number, if the coefficient of a real number is iota, then it's mean that that the square that in this term we obtain square root of negative numbers. So the square root of negative number actually the imaginary number. So if in any number, if at any number we obtain iota in the multiplied form, then it's mean that there exists the square root of negative number. That's why this part is the imaginary part. So sum of the real part and imaginary part is called the complex number. The letter A is called the real part and B is called the imaginary part in this number A plus iota B. If A is equal to 0, if a is equal to 0, the number iota b is said to be a purely imaginary number, and if b is equal to 0, the number a is real. Hence, real numbers and pure imaginary numbers are special case of complex number. The complex number r is denoted by z, that is z is equal to a plus iota b. In the coordinate form, z is equal to a and b. So, dear students, z complex number represent a point in the coordinate form. Now the properties of complex number. The two complex number a plus iota b and c plus iota d are equal if and only if a is equal to c and b is equal to d. For example, x minus 2 plus 4 iota is equal to 3 plus 12 iota. Then x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 3. Now another property, if any complex number vanishes, then its real and imaginary parts will separately vanish. For example, for if a plus iota b is equal to 0, then a is equal to minus iota b. Squaring both sides, we get a square is equal to minus b square, which implies that a square plus b square is equal to 0, which is possible only when a is equal to 0 and b is equal to also 0. Now, the basic algebraic operation on complex numbers. So you see over here how to add, how to subtract, how to multiply, and how to divide complex numbers. So this is the basic algebraic expressions, operations on complex numbers. There are four algebraic operations on complex numbers. One is addition, second is subtraction, third is multiplication, and four is division. So first of all, for example, we are going to add two complex number. One is z1 is equal to a1 plus iota b1, and another complex number z2 is equal to a2 plus iota b2. Then the addition of these two complex numbers z1 plus z2 is equal to a1 plus a2 into plus b1 plus b2 into iota. Now, so adding the real part with the real part and adding the imaginary part with the imaginary part, this will be the addition of two complex numbers. Similarly, for the subtraction of two complex numbers, subtract the real part plus subtract the imaginary part. So a1 minus a2 plus b1 minus b2 into I. Similarly, for the multiplication of two complex numbers z1 and z2, we can write z1 dot z2 after multiplications a1 into a2 plus b1 into b2 iota square plus a1 b2 iota plus a2 b1 iota. So we know that iota square is equal to minus 1. So this part will be the real part now. So a1 a2 minus b1 b2 plus a1 b2 plus a2 b2 into iota. So this is the real part and this is the imaginary part of z1 dot z2. Now for the division of two complex number z1 divided by z2, this is very important. Dear student, note that how we can divide two complex numbers. In the division of two complex number, taking the conjugate of the denominator. So in the denominator, iota will be disappear after dividing these two complex numbers z1 and z2. z1 divided by z2 is equal to a1 plus iota b1 divided by a2 plus iota b2. Now taking the conjugate of the denominator, a2 minus iota b2 divided by a2 minus iota b2. So in the denominator you have two factors multiplications, a plus b into a minus b. So a1 plus b1 iota plus a2 minus b2 iota, we can write a square minus b square. So you see over here in the denominator and in the numerator, and after multiplying these two results, we obtained a1 a2 plus b1 b2 minus a1 b2 minus a2 b1 into iota. And in the denominator, actually in the denominator we have the formula a plus b into a minus b. In the numerator we have two different factors, a1 plus b1i multiplied a2 minus b2i, and in the denominator we have two same factors, but the sign are different for these two factors. The components, the terms are same, but the sign are different. One factor is a2 plus b2i and other factor is a2 minus b2i. So we obtain the formula a plus b into a minus b, which is equal to a square minus b square. So we can multiply the denominator factors by using the formula a2 square minus b2 iota whole square. Iota square is equal to minus 1 and minus obtain plus. So a2 square plus b2 square. So for the division of these two complex number, we obtain z1 divided by z2 is equal to a1 into a2 plus b1 into b2 divided by a2 square plus b2 square minus, this is the imaginary part, a1 b2 minus a2 b1 divided by a2 square plus b2 square. So this is the real part and this is the imaginary part. Now we have a problem. In this problem we have two complex number. One is z1 is equal to 3 plus iota 4 and other complex number is 2 minus iota 7. So how to add 3 plus iota 4 plus 2 minus iota 7, adding the real part and adding the imaginary part. So we obtain 3 plus 2 plus iota into 4 minus 7. We have 5 minus 3 iota. Now for the subtraction, 3 plus iota 4 minus into 2 minus iota 7. Subtract the real part and subtract the imaginary part and write the result in the two parts. One is the real part and other is the imaginary part. So by using any operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, we should to write the result in the form of complex number. One will be the real part and other will be the imaginary part. So simplify the result and write the result in the form of a plus iota b. A represent the real part and b represent the imaginary part. Now, after subtraction of these two complex numbers, we obtain 1 plus 12 iota. Now, to find the product of two complex numbers, 3 plus iota 4 and 2 minus iota 7. So 3 plus iota 4 into 2 minus iota 7. After multiplying, we obtain 6 minus 21 iota plus 8 iota minus 28. So we obtain 34 minus 13 iota. Now to divide these two complex number, 3 plus iota 4 divided by 2 minus iota 7. So for the division of these two complex number, taking the conjugate of the denominator, we obtain 3 plus iota 4 divided by 2 minus iota 7. The conjugate is 2 plus iota 7 divided by 2 plus iota 7. So taking the denominator, taking the numerator, multiplied the denominator factors, we obtained 6 plus 28 iota square plus 21 plus 8 into iota divided by. Now in the denominator, we have the formula a minus b into a plus b, which can be written as a square minus b square. So a square means 2 square minus b square means 7 iota whole square mean iota square is equal to minus 1 minus minus plus, and 7 square is equal to 49. Now in the denominator, iota square is equal to minus 1, so minus 28 plus 6 is equal to minus 22, and 29 iota divided by 53. So to write in the form of a plus iota b, we obtain minus 22 divided by 53 plus 29 divided by 53 iota. Now to express a number, 2 plus iota into 1 minus iota divided by 4 minus 3 iota in the form of a plus iota b. So for this purpose, we multiplied the numerator terms. So 2 plus iota, 2 plus 1 minus 1, 2 plus 1 plus 1 minus 2 iota. After multiplying these two complex numbers, we obtain 2 plus 1 is the real, plus 1 minus 2 is the imaginary part, divided by 4 minus 3 iota. After multiplications of the numerator, we obtain 3 minus iota and divide by 4 minus 3 iota. Now this is actually the division of two complex number. So for the division of two complex number, we take the conjugate of the denominator, 4 plus 3 iota, divide by multiplying by 4 plus 3 iota. So multiplied 3 minus iota and 4 plus 3 iota, we obtain 12 plus 3 is the real part after multiplication, and 9 minus 4 into iota is the imaginary part after the multiplication. And in the denominator, we have two factors, a minus b into a plus b. So by a square minus b square, we obtain 16 plus 9, like in the previous problem. In this problem, we have the formula a square minus b square. And in this problem also we have the formula a minus b into a plus b. So a square minus b square, we obtain 16 plus 9. Now to write in the form of a plus iota b. A means the real part, so 15 divided by 25 plus imaginary part, 9 minus 4, 5. 5 divided 25 iota. After simplifications, we obtain 3 by 5 plus 1 over 5 iota. So this is the form of a plus iota b. Now the conjugate of complex number. I have already told you for the conjugate of complex number that change the sign of the imaginary part in the complex number. This will be the conjugate of complex number. Two complex number are called conjugates of each other if their real parts are equal and their imaginary parts differ only in sign. For example, z is equal to a plus iota b. Then the complex number conjugate is equal to z is equal to a minus iota b is called conjugate of the complex number z. It is denoted by z bar. Z bar denoted by the conjugate. So z bar or z dot. Now z is equal to a plus iota b. Then the conjugate, this is the bar symbol. Applying this bar symbol, only the sign of the imaginary part will be changed. So a minus iota b is the conjugate. Now the product of complex number in its conjugate give result in the real part, like you see over here. Z and its conjugate multiplied z number, complex number and its conjugate, we obtain a plus iota b into a minus b. By using the formula a square minus b square, we obtain a square plus b square, because a square as it is minus b iota whole square. Iota square is equal to minus 1 minus minus plus, and b square as it is. So a square plus b square is purely real result. So the product of complex number and its conjugate give result in pure real form. Now z and its conjugate, addition of complex number z and its conjugate a plus iota b plus a minus iota b give result in a real form. And similarly, the addition of two numbers, one is a complex number and other is conjugate. A plus iota b minus a plus iota b is purely imaginary, which is equal to 2b iota. Now, a theorem, z1 and z2 suppose are complex numbers, then whole conjugate of z1 plus z2 can be written as z1 conjugate plus z2 conjugate. And similarly, z1 and to z2 whole conjugate is equal to z1 conjugate into z2 conjugate. And similarly, z1 divided by z2 whole conjugate is equal to z1 conjugate divided by z2 conjugate. Now, how to prove these three parts of this theorem? Suppose we have two complex numbers, z1 is equal to a1 plus b1 iota and z2 is equal to a2 plus b2 iota. The conjugate of z1 is equal to a minus b1 iota and the conjugate of z2 is equal to a2 minus b2 iota. Now the whole conjugate of z1 plus z2. First of all, adding the two complex numbers. After adding, we obtain z a1 plus a2 plus b1 plus b2 into iota, and after conjugate the sign of this part will be changed, so a1 plus a2 minus b1 plus b2 into iota is the conjugate of z1 plus z2. Now z1 conjugate plus z2 conjugate, this is the conjugate of z1 and this is the conjugate of z2. Now by adding we obtain a1 plus a2 minus into b1 plus b2 iota, like you see over here. So by using left hand side and right hand side, we obtain z1 plus z2 whole conjugate. Whole conjugate of z1 plus z2 is equal to conjugate of z1 plus conjugate of z2. Now whole conjugate of z1 dot z2, first of all multiplying z1 and z2 result two complex number multiplied two complex number. After multiplying the two complex number, we obtain a1 minus a1 into a2 minus b1 into b2 plus a1 b2 plus a2 b2 into iota. Now multiplying the conjugate sign, this sign of the imaginary part will be changed. So we obtain a1 into a2 minus b1 into b2 minus a1 b2 plus a2 b2 into iota. Now after simplification, we obtain a1 minus b1 iota into a2 minus b2 iota, and this is actually the conjugate of z1 and this is the conjugate of z2. In the simplification form, dear students, you see over here a1 a2 minus a1 b2 iota minus a2 b1 iota plus b1 b2 iota whole square. Iota whole square mean minus 1, so this part will be minus. And now taking common from these two terms, a1 common, a1 into a2 minus b2 iota, and from these two terms taking the common b1 iota, so a2 minus b2 iota. Now a2 minus b2 iota is common, so a2 minus b2 iota common, we obtain a1 minus b1 iota into a2 minus b2 iota. This is the conjugate of z1 and this is the conjugate of z2. So whole conjugate of the product of z1 into z2 is equal to the product of the conjugate of z1 and z2. Now the whole conjugate of z1 divided by z2. First of all, divide z1 and z2. For the division in the previous slide, we have discussed they're taking the conjugate of the denominator. This is the conjugate of the denominator. Now, multiply the denominator factors, we obtain a1 a2 plus a b1 b2 plus a2 b1 minus a1 b2 into iota divided by. And the denominator using the formula a square minus b square, we obtain a2 square plus b2 square. Now to write in the form of a plus iota beta. A plus iota b, real part, this is the real part and this is the imaginary part, and applying the conjugate symbol, the sign of this imaginary part will be changed, will be negative. So this is the whole conjugate of Z1 divided by Z2. Now this is equation number A. Now to take the division of Z1 conjugate divided by Z2 conjugate. This is the Z1 conjugate result A1 minus B1 iota. This is the Z2 conjugate A2 minus B2 iota. So for the division of these two complex numbers, again taking the conjugate of the denominator, and after multiplying we obtain dividing multiplying by the conjugate A2 minus B2 iota, we have A1 minus B1 iota divided by A2 minus B2 iota multiplied A2 plus B2 iota divided by A2 plus B2 iota. Multiplying the numerator terms, after multiplying the numerator terms, we obtain A1 A2 plus B1 B2 minus A2 B1 minus into A2 B1 minus A1 B2 into iota divided by, in the denominator we have the formula A square minus B square, so A2 square plus B2 square. Now write in the form of real part and imaginary part. We obtain A1 A2 plus B1 B2 divided by 2 square plus B2 square minus A2 B1 minus A1 B2 divided by A2 square plus B2 square iota. This is equation number B. Now from equation number A and equation number B, left hand side is equal to right hand side. So whole conjugate of Z1 divided by Z2 is equal to Z1 conjugate divided by Z2 conjugate. Now graphical representation of complex numbers. Since a complex number Z is equal to A plus iota B can also be represented by an ordered pair A and B, each point in the plane can be viewed as the graph of a complex number. Thus, the graph of the complex number AB or A plus iota B is as shown in this figure number 1. Since the real part A of complex number A plus iota B taking as the coordinate of P in this context, the x-axis is called the real axis. Similarly, since the imaginary part of B of the complex number A plus iota B is taken as y coordinate of P point, then y-axis is called the imaginary axis. So you see over here, this is the complex number Z is equal to A plus iota B. This is the real part of the complex number and this is the imaginary part of the complex number. Now the magnitude, and this is the actually the length of the complex number. Length is called magnitude or modulus of the complex number. OP. Here you see over here, this is the P point. P point here the coordinate A and B. The modulus or the absolute value of the complex number Z is equal to A plus iota B is denoted by R magnitude of Z or magnitude of A plus iota B, and it's given by magnitude of complex number Z, which is equal to, by using the Pythagorean theorem, square root of A square plus B square. And the Pythagoras theorem, this will be the base, this will be the perpendicular, and this will be the hypotenuse. Suppose this is the hypotenuse represented by the magnitude of complex number Z. This is the base and this is the perpendicular. So Z square is equal to A square plus B square, because Pythagoras theorem is given by length of hypotenuse square is equal to length of the base square uh, uh, square of the base square of the length of the base plus square of the length of the perpendicular. So Z square is equal to A square plus B square, and taking square root on both sides, like you see over here, we obtain square root on both sides. Z magnitude will be equal to A square plus B square, and this is actually the product of complex number and its magnitude. Now statement. For example, we have two complex number for a theorem. Z1 and Z2 are two complex number for the theorem. Then the magnitude of Z1 and product of Z1 and Z2 is equal to Z1 magnitude and Z2 magnitude. And similarly, the magnitude of Z1 divided by Z2 is equal to Z1 magnitude divided by Z2 magnitude. And part 3 of this theorem, Z1 plus Z2 magnitude less than or equal to Z1 magnitude plus Z2 magnitude. And fourth one is a magnitude of Z1 minus Z2 greater than Z1 magnitude minus Z2 magnitude. Now for the proof, you see over here, Z1 dot Z2 magnitude is equal to, this is the product of two complex number A plus iota B and C plus iota D. There are two complex numbers, and the product of these two complex number can be written as AC minus BD plus AD plus BC into iota. And now for the magnitude, taking the square root of the square of the sum of real part and imaginary part. So AC minus BD whole square plus AD plus BC whole square. Now you see over here square root of a square c square plus a square into d square plus b square into c square plus b square into d square, and we can write square root of a square plus b square into square root of c square plus d square. So this is the magnitude of z1 and this is the magnitude of z2. So magnitude of z1 dot z2 can be written as magnitude of z1 dot magnitude of z2. This is equal to the right hand side. Now magnitude of z1 divided by z2. First of all, divide these two complex number a plus iota b divided by c plus iota d. For the division, dividing multiplying by the conjugate of the denominator c minus iota d divided by c minus iota d. After multiplication of these two complex number, we obtain ac plus bd minus ad minus bc into iota divided by c square plus d square. And for the magnitude, taking a square root of the sum of the square of the real part and imaginary part. So AC plus BD whole square plus AD minus BC whole square divided by C square plus D square whole square. And we can write square root of A square C square plus A square to D square plus B square to C square plus B square to D square divided by C square plus D square whole square. And it can be written as square root of a square plus b square into c square plus d square divided by c square plus d square whole square. So we can write square root of a square plus b square divided by c square plus d square. So this is actually the magnitude of z1 and this is the magnitude of z2. So z1 magnitude divided by z2 magnitude, which is equal to right hand side. Now part number 3, magnitude of z1 plus z2. This is the addition of two complex number a plus c plus b plus d iota. And for the magnitude, you see over here magnitude of square root of a plus c whole square plus b plus d whole square. And we can write square root of a square plus b square plus c square plus d square plus 2 into ac plus bd. This is actually a plus b whole square formula. This is also a plus b whole square formula. Now we can write taking square on both sides, we obtain z was magnitude square of the magnitude of z1 plus z2 is equal to a square plus b square plus c square plus d square plus 2 into ac plus bd. And it can be written as, this is actually the magnitude square of the magnitude of z1, this is the square of the magnitude of z2, and we can write 2 plus square root of ac plus bd whole square. And now z1 magnitude square of z1 magnitude plus square of z2 magnitude plus 2 into a square c square plus b square to d square plus 2abcd. As we know that 2abcd less than or equal to a square into d square plus b square into c square. So right hand side can be written as z1 magnitude square plus z2 magnitude square plus 2 into square root of a square c square plus b square d square plus a square d square plus b square c square. So this is equal to z1 magnitude square plus z2 magnitude square plus 2 into square root of a square plus b square into square root of c square plus d square. So this is equal to z1 magnitude plus z2 magnitude plus 2 into z1 magnitude into z2 magnitude, which is less than or equal to z1 magnitude plus z2 magnitude whole square. So this implies that magnitude of z1 plus z2 less than or equal to z1 magnitude plus z2 magnitude. Now part number 4, we know that z1 magnitude can be written as z1 plus z2 minus z2, and this is equal to a magnitude of z1 minus z2 plus z2 magnitude less than or equal to magnitude of z1 minus z2 plus z2 magnitude. So we have z1 magnitude minus z2 magnitude less than or equal to z1 minus z2 magnitude, and magnitude of z1 minus z2 greater than or equal to z1 magnitude minus z2 magnitude. Now we have a problem to prove that